Quickly, we are doing a session on photography, not session, a short talk. Photography. Now, many people are taking pictures. Why your picture should stand out? So you look for ideas, you look for talents. We always look for new talents who are coming into the photographic community, and we are always pushing for the photographic community to have brilliant talks, great talks. Also, showcase of the work and portfolios, how you can publish your photo book, how you can enhance your process using technology, how you can, take better pictures, how you can look for different ideas, people, places, situations, moments you can capture. But as I have already mentioned, when you are doing photography, you are capturing one particular moment, and it is very difficult to capture one particular moment, and you are capturing that moment properly. You can do it planned way, or you can just do it in a very intuitive way, or in a very natural manner. You are just taking your camera, you have figured out the aperture, shutter speed, ISO triangle, and all these things, filters and accessories, what you need to think about. Then when you are going to that place, you are having an idea of that place, people around you, and you are capturing something. Some people are going for portraits, some people are going for landscapes, some people are going for capturing a particular moment. The background, midground and foreground, how you are capturing that. Even if you are not capturing that, it is showing maybe melancholy, something of solitude, maybe something you want to show with the picture. And if you are bringing in more people and you are having something, maybe you are going for a wide shot, it is saying something. If you are going for an extreme close-up, it is saying something. If you are going for a long shot, it is saying something. So when you do your cinematography, we talk about all these things. But with that particular moment, with that particular frame, you are expressing a lot of things. And different regions, different perspectives, you bring in all these things and you go to the places, you interact with different people. Diversity, inclusion, we talk about equity. But also, when you are into art, you are going to different places, you are learning about different places, you are exploring people, you are exploring photography, you are exploring art, and you are having enthusiasm so that you can create art which can contribute to humanity. And when you do that, why I am doing this is, when you do that, you will always find a lot of ideas to work on. So you will take a lot of pictures, and the vividness of the picture, how you are capturing one particular moment and you are having the vividness of the picture. Now, a lot of emotions involved, characters, emotions, and as I have already mentioned, how you are capturing those characters, how you are keeping all these people in one particular frame, so a lot of ideas and how you represent those ideas in a particular frame. It is hard, but once you have a knack for it, you practice a lot. Again, it will come to practice, because you will take a lot of pictures. Sometimes you can take a lot of pictures, sometimes you cannot take a lot of pictures, and you have a feeling that you can take a picture, and you go and you feel like, and you take a picture, and eventually you find new subjects, eventually you find different places, eventually you find different ways of taking a picture, black and white, color, you are using shades, you are playing with contrast, texture, and the visual elements of something, and how you are using the composition, you are doing that as well. So many things you can do, a lot of things you can explore. And but something from life, a moment you are capturing, and it is really difficult. But if you are looking for it, you will find a lot of ideas. You will go to the places like an adventure, and the thing is, you don't feel like taking a picture, you are motivated to take a picture. That's the right step. You need to take that step, but it can be a big step sometimes, because you are carrying a camera, whether I should shoot that, whether I should capture that. Is it a strong enough subject to capture? Is it a great photo? Will it turn out to be a good photo? Will I be able to capture that particular moment I am looking for? There can be a lot of doubts. and there can be a lot of confusion as well. But that is the fun of photography. When you practice a lot, when you observe, when you explore a lot of different pictures people have already taken, and you are going for your own inspiration, you are going for your own exploration, then you will find a lot of ideas, you will find a lot of ways to capture them, and that moment, that step you take, how you can take that picture. You do that, and whatever arts you come from, photography is something you can always explore. You can come from acting, you can come from painting, you can come from visual arts, you can come from fine arts or anything related to art, and you can still come to photography. People from different backgrounds which is not related to art, they are also coming to photography, but many people don't stick to it. Many people don't pursue it further. They think that they are doing it as a hobby, not as a profession. So there are a lot of conflicts, doubts again, but you don't stick to that. But still you have a knack for photography. You appreciate, you have the understanding of different pictures and the intense effort people have already put while taking the pictures, how they took the pictures, and there are stories about it, how they took the pictures. And when you feel, you just look at the picture, that can be education itself. And when you are becoming a photographer like that, you will take a picture, maybe you cannot say, maybe you cannot express in words, maybe you are not that eloquent, you are not expressing words enough to say something about the picture, but you have taken the picture, you have used the visual language, and you are saying something through the picture. So that is a visual language. We talk about it in visual arts, but people are naturally drawn to photography for many reasons. Earlier days it used to be film. Now people have digital cameras, easily available, easy to process, you can play with it a lot, you can buy it very easily. Still you can go for a Leica or other cameras which are still costly, but easily you can get a DSLR camera, you can get a digital camera, and you can start taking pictures. Gradually you can upgrade yourself, you can go for bigger cameras, and you can go for different cameras, you can go for that. But photography is something which is beyond the camera. So that is what we talk about. And you can come from any arts, and photography is something you can always explore. But I will still ask you a question. If you used to take a lot of pictures, have you stopped taking pictures because of a situation in your life, because of something, because of anything that can happen in your life? You don't feel like taking a picture. Suddenly you feel like taking the camera and going out there, and you are not feeling like taking the pictures. So sometimes the camera can be your best friend. You are going to a place alone, and you are not feeling alone because the camera is with you, and there are so many things around you. So you have the camera which can be your best friend, and you are using the camera to capture a moment of life, a people, place, and whatever you want to capture. Then you can use stylistic techniques to have your own particular picture. You can do the realistic representation, you can go for symbolism and abstraction, you can go for different techniques like bokeh, which you can achieve in the camera itself, motion, how you are using the blurs, and all these things you can do in the camera using the exposure triangle. Even if you don't do that, sometimes you can go for post-processing and you can achieve that. But the thing is, if you are really into photography, what happens is you tend to achieve something while taking the picture itself, and there is a lot of fun in that. So you don't go for post-production, but still you need to do the minor touches. You need to express what you want to express through that particular photograph. Sometimes people don't crop even because they don't feel like cropping the photograph. They want to capture what it is, and there is a lot of skill behind that. You're using this lens, you're using that lens, and it will give you a certain depth of field. It will give you a certain coverage, if I say so, of the particular frame or a particular moment, and you are cropping it. You are always looking towards the post-processing, you're always looking towards what you are going to achieve after capturing the picture, but we are not going for that. First you need to achieve which lens to use, how we are going to use the exposure settings, the exposure triangle, ISO, shutter speed, and aperture, and how we can play with the light, how we can play with the composition, how we can play with the moment. and how we can have, that enthusiasm, so that we are taking the camera and capturing that particular moment, and also we are capturing it in such a way that we are not having that, thing that, are we good enough? Are we taking the right pictures? So we are not talking about the right picture or the wrong picture, though it is a great skill to achieve the thing that you are taking the right picture and you know that you are taking the right picture. That's a great thing. But even if you don't do that initially, especially when you are starting out, beyond, the right and wrong, what you can do is you just take pictures. Rather, you want to capture something, what you want to capture in a particular moment. Eventually, you will find that you're also figuring out what is the right picture for you, what you can capture. So there is a lot of fun, and we will talk about the techniques, we will do meetups, and we will keep talking about all these things. But photography is something you should explore, and anybody should explore.